Chapter 31. Song Xiantin. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Xiongji's mouth was tightly sealed. Her eyes was a little bit narrowed. Her brows were furrowed and her fist was clenched. She looked like she was having a stomach ache. And then he gave me the candy. Can you imagine, after 9 years I still hold on to him. My little crush to him become a bomb. Every cell in my system only shouting for his name. How I wish he will look at me once. Song Xiantin said dreamily. Her hands were holding her heart-shaped pretty face. Xiongji's furrowed brows deepened. How many times Xiantin told her that story? She could even recited it right now. She badly wanted to shoo away Xiantin. Since yesterday, after their little encounter in the back court, Xiantin was glued to her. Now, in the middle of the class, Xiantin told her childhood story when she first fall in love to Guzhen. Many students around them secretly peeked at them. Of course anyone knew the hierarchy of the class. Refer Chapter 5, Xiongji as of the young miss of Xiong family. Who owned the #1 business company in C country, was on the top of the food chain. While Song Xiantin, a daughter of both successful and famous Hollywood actress and director, in other words, a celebrity, was on the bottom of the chain. Even Song Xiantin was very pretty with her alluring eyes, thin brows, straight nose, thin lips, high cheekbone, small face and a model-like figure. With her status it was not enough to sit together with Xiongji. Xiongji's calm temperament and noble aura did not seem quite fitting with Song Xiantin's sassy and lively attitude. Looking at them was like looking at two different worlds together. The teacher badly wanted to yell at the student at the back. Even her words were not clear, its murmur echoed loudly in the room, attracting other students' stares. Whenever he tried to speak, the girls' chattering became louder. But he could not tell her to shut up. Every student here was wealthier than him. Better not to offend this golden child. When the bell rang for the break, Xiongji quickly stand up and escape from the girls' rumbling. However, when she was already alone in her table in the quiet and tranquil cafeteria, radio that did not have a turn-off button suddenly appeared in front of her. What are you doing here? Xiongji could not help but bicker at Song Xiantin, who sat comfortably in front of her. Song Xiantin just looked at her with an eyebrow raised. We're best friends, aren't we? We supposed to share food and eat together, she said in a matter-of-fact tone. Best friends? We just met yesterday. I'm sorry, I'm not your best friend. I don't have one. Xiongji said plainly. It's the truth though. Besides, she was regretting that she became a good matured person yesterday. She regretted that she pitied the girl and tried to explain to her, even revealing her love towards Lin Feng, but she was also not concealing it though. She just regretted that she talked to the girl. Now, she was reaping what she sowed. Just thinking of becoming her best friend or friend at all gave Xiongji a scare. She had to reject her right away. Song Xiantin smiled brighter. Then you have me, we are now best friends. Besides, we just tell each other our deepest secret. Best friends share secrets. Song Xiantin excitingly said. It's not a secret. It just happened that you were there, that you hear it. I can even tell it to the whole class. And I will reveal it to him soon. So, we don't share a secret. We are not best friend. Xiongji wasted her breath. She must absolutely never agree to this girl. Really? You will tell him soon. How? However, her last sentence did not reach in Song Xiantin's ears. How? 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 Xiongji stared blankly at Song Xiantin. That's the big question that hunted her mind these past few days. She did not know how. She looked away quickly and stand up. She need to escape from this girl's inquiries. Even she wanted to answer, she should not. The girl would never stop talking to her. Her eardrums needs a rest. You know, best friends help each other. I can help you in your love problem. Song Xiantin said while twirling her hair in her fingers. Xiongji stopped her escape and looked at Song Xiantin. She waited Song Zuantin's words. If the girl could really help her. She badly needed help. But then she remembered that this very girl in front of her was suffering from unrequited love for almost 9 years. How could this girl could help her if her own problem haven't resolved yet? She then say to Song Xiantin. I might consider it if you're successful on your own. A/n Xiongji is talking about Zuantin's love problem. A/n. Can she also help me in my love problem? **************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************e Problem solved, RR. But I love him, ************************************************************************** Shut up, don't cause a ruckus here, Song Xiantin paled. She was good at helping others in their romantic issues. But hers could not be solved easily. Because the man she was in love with something else. Xiongji walked away, however, that moment, a pretty small girl run towards their table, to Song Xiantin specifically. The girl held Zuantin's hands and said with tears in her eyes. Xiantin. How can I thank you, Xiantin? Tell me, do you want my father to invest in your father's project? Or to your mother's movie? I will surely do it. Really thank for your help. If not for you, I will never be Quilong's fiancé. The girl said in one breath. Song Xiantin's eyes grew wide. Oh my. Last night was successful. I did what you told me to. The girl blushed. Song Xiantin stand up from excitement. What did he? On the side, Xiongji was also curious. She stayed in her place standing, and waited for the girl to finish. He said he also like me. And the girl covered her face that turned tomato red. Song Xiantin understand the unspoken words. She jumped in glee. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. She hugged the small girl. Thank you, Xiantin, you are really good in solving romance issues. Tell me, how can I repay you? No need. I'm just happy to see someone find happiness in their unrequited love. The two girls was immersed in their own world while Xiongji remained standing. Based on what she heard, Song Xiantin helped this small girl to win someone's love. And succeeded. She contemplated. Can Xiantin help her? The question is, can she do it by herself? She had no clue to this romantic relationship, or how to win a man. She then remembered the words Song Xiantin said. That there was so many women desired Lin Feng. She should not waste time. What if someone appear and snatch Lin Feng? Worst. If Lin Feng also fall for that girl. Thinking this, Xiongji curled up her fist. If it means sacrificing her eardrums and patience, she will comply. Even her eyes, feet and arms she would give anything for Lin Feng. She closed her eyes. She promised in this lifetime that she would do everything for Lin Feng, for loving Lin Feng, and also for him to love her. Never they would face the tragic that happened in the past. When their blooming love just gone by a night. Xiongji opened her eyes, she faced Song Xiantin, who was still excited in the small girl's story. I'll accept you as my best friend. In return, you have to be responsible. For Xiongji it was like a deal. Give and take. It was just a title. Best friend. In return, she could get all the help she wants. Chapter 32. Song Xiantin, 2, you are listening at novelfull.audio. Come on, choose. I watched all of it already. It's your turn. Song Xiantin said while shaking Xiongji's arm. Xiongji massaged her temple. Again, she doubted for the nth time that she agreed to be this girl's best friend. Yesterday, after she said those words, Song Xiantin not just glued to her but also pester her non-stop about Guzhen. Asking what she talked about with Guzhen last time. When she answered that question, she was bombarded again with million questions. Like what did he said when you asked that? When you asked this? Really, she was thankful when she saw her driver. She was also terrified when Song Xiantin wanted to lift a ride with her. She rejected quickly and closed the door with all the strength she could master. In the next day, the moment she came in the room, she almost wanted to run back in the car and not attend school for the whole year. Why? Because the first thing she saw was Song Xiantin's big smile in her face. Sitting beside her chair, waving at her. But she need to endure. She will endure. No matter what. For her and Linfeng's happiness. So she came back to her room and let all the words of Song Xiantin came to her left ear and then went out from her right ear. When break came, Song Xiantin insisted that they should sit together with Gu Zhen, but Xiongji rebuked her by saying she did not have any business to Gu Zhen that day. And also she told her that Gu Zhen was not her friend. Xianting tried to persuade her more but she shut up soon when Gu Zhen walked past them. She just quietly ate with Xiongji. After class, Song Xiantin invited Xiongji to her home saying that she had planned yesterday for Xiongji's love life. When Xiongji heard this she immediately agreed. That's why they were here now. Choosing a romantic movie for them to watch. The reason. You need to choose carefully, I suggest you chose this. The female lead was like you, cold and have stone face. Xiongji touched her face. Stone face. But she still managed to get the attention of the male lead. You need to learn from her. All Xiongji heard was, managed to get the attention of the male lead. She nodded quickly. After watching. Bnoel.m, hu.wuhu.huz. Song Xiantin blew through the tissue. She then shoot it in the trash bin, and get another one to wipe her tears away. Xiongji on the other side, just looked at Xiantin. Why she's crying? It's a happy ending. Song is Xiantin also look at her. Why you're not crying? How can you make Lin Feng fall in love with you with that kind of face? What's wrong with my face? Am I not pretty? Xiongji doubted her appearance for the first time. In the past, when she was 18 and attended his grandfather's funeral, people who saw her whispered how beautiful she is. That's not what I mean. You're the prettiest girl I have seen in the class. Xiantin said with a roll eyes. Then why are you crying? Did they end up together? Xiongji was clueless. Was there something more in the movie? That's why I cried. They are tears of joy. Xiongji looked at the wasted tissues around them. So many tears of joy. Okay. What have you learned from the movie? Xiantin asked. Ah. Xiongji thought carefully. The two leads met each other and they fall in love at first sight. That's all. How they end up. Confessing while crying. I need to confess as soon as possible. Xiongji said determinedly. No. You will scare him. Xiantin quickly dismissed the idea. She then sighed and said. Circustances made them. You need to create an event when the two of you end up alone. Did you not watch the part where the girl have an unintentionally date with the guy? That's when the guy started to have some feels to the girl. Oh. Xiongji nodded. Yeah, she watched that part. Sing Xiantin then went to her room and get something. When she came back she was holding 2 rolled posters. She handed one to Xiongji. I made this yesterday evening. It's our planner. Xiongji accepted the poster and unrolled it. She then read it. Operation, Seducing Lin Feng. Chapter 33. Extra. Side story, The Glare. You are listening at novelfull.audio. So, this chapter is about the story behind those glare that Xiongji felt. Happy reading. Underscore 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 Xiantin, what should I do? Kalong will just agree to his father's proposal to make that Wulin be his fiancée. Chill, when will your family will visit Kalong's villa? Tomorrow. Okay. Let's use this opportunity. Do everything you can to have time with Kalong alone. Secretly. Like it's not your choice to be with him in that place. Then. She leaned towards the small girl and whispered. Make an accident to kiss him. On the lips. Remember, it is unintentionally. If you do that, for sure, for a week he will always think of you. Then act like a white lotus. Shy and demure. You must act angry because he stole your first kiss. Knowing him without experience with girls, for sure he will be responsible. You must demand compensation. Do you understand? Use this chance to be with him for a week. What kind move is depend on you. You can do it. Make him change his mind to agree to his father. And that I'll do it. The small girl hugged Song Xiantin and walk away. Song Xiantin smiled. She really wanted to help these girls who had childhood love like herself. Speaking of her childhood love, she looked towards the table where the man of her dream was. Why, there was a girl there. Gu Zhen have no friend. Especially female. Who is she? Then she found out it was Xiongji. After a week, she was in the cafeteria. She watched Gu Zhen while the guy madly typed in his laptop. Then a girl walked towards Gu Zhen's table. Song Xiantin, stand up. Why, she's here again. She composed herself and sit back. This Xiongji, is she has some crush towards my Gu Zhen. What to do? What to do? She watched them from afar. She clearly saw how the other two just stared to each other without speaking. Why they were staring? Oh. Gu Zhen, don't stare at her anymore. That girl. Why she is so pretty. Song Xiantin was also pretty with her model-like figure. In fact, she was the #1 beauty in Tai's junior high. Many young men courted her. But her heart was already belonged to someone else. She was fidgeting in her table. When she could not hold on, she brought her plate, walked towards their table and circled around them. She wanted to know what this girl wanted to talk about with Gu Zhen. It was her third time of circling them when she heard Xiongji spoke. Gu Zhen, you look handsome today. She froze and her hands lose strength. Although the things in her tray scattered to the ground. But she did not care. She did not feel the stares around her. She did not hear what the staffs were saying. Send you to the clinic right away. That wake her up. She shake her head. No, it's alright. My hand just slipped. Then she quickly run to the back. She leaned to the wall for support. No, don't tell me she is going to confess to Gu Zhen. After a minute, she peeked again to them. She stared hard at Xiongji's back. A rival has come. Chapter 34. Preparation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Operation, Seducing Lin Feng. Xiongji looked at the poster. There was some bullet points in it, notes, drawings and even the do's and don'ts. She could understand it in one glance. But, she still need an elaboration. Then she noticed the other poster in Zuantin's hands. For Plan B, Song Xiantin saw her gaze and quickly hide away the other poster. It's not for you. But Xiongji would not take that. What if it's a backup plan? She needed everything that could help her in her love problem. Then let me see. Song Xiantin bit her lips. Xiongji would know it anyway. So she opened the poster. Xiongji read it clearly. Operation, Seducing Guzhen. The plans, notes, and plot were also the same. Don't tell me. Double date. Song Xiantin nodded. N. You need to invite Lin Feng as it is a friendly occasion. If he saw that we are only two, he will leave early, but if some male accompany us he might stay. Then why it must be Guzhen? Xiongji just smirked inwardly. So this girl was also cunning. Making Xiongji her best friend for one reason. Getting close to Guzhen. And since I was helping you, as a best friend you must also help me. Invite Guzhen too. I know you have ways, you are a Xiong. Besides, we will split halfway. So we can be alone with our man. Xiongji just nodded. She had ways to make Guzhen came. Also, it was a good plan. She needed to invite Lin Feng now. Where this operation occurs. Sing Xiantin smiled to Xiongji. This weekend. Underscore 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 underscore. The sun's ray warmed the morning, accompanied by the cool wind. Birds started singing from afar, creating a serene and comfortable morning. A girl was standing in front of the mirror. Her eyes reflected determination and unwavering look. Today, I must invite Lin Feng. Tomorrow was weekend, Saturday. Tomorrow was an important day for Xiongji. Her future love relationship depends for what would happen tomorrow. Fixing her tie, she get readied for what would happen today and went downstairs. The black Maybach parked in front of Junior's building. However, after minutes later, Xiongji did not get out of the car but sat unmoving, staring hard at Lin Feng. Fortunately, Lin Feng got used to the stares of Xiongji. Young Miss Ji, do you have something to ask to me? Lin Feng said. It was usual to be stared at by his young miss, but not to the point that they would be late. This time he was sure that the young miss wanted to ask something. N. Do you have something to do later? Lin Feng checked his schedule today in his mind. N. I have meeting to attend to later. But if young miss wanted me to run an errand, I would do it first. Lin Feng suggested. No need. Please do everything you need today. I have something to ask, a favor for you tomorrow. Xiongji said, a bit nervous in the last sentence. In both lifetimes, this is the first time that she initiated an invite to Lin Feng. Even she was determined, she could not help but be a little nervous. Her mind kept repeating a negative question. What if Lin Feng declined? No. He will be there tomorrow. Having another courage. She asked again. I have made a new friends. We will be going out. But it is my first time going out with friends. I don't know what should I do. Or how to act around them. Can you accompany me tomorrow? Xiongji looked at Lin Feng while biting her lips. She was cursing that negative question that repeating in her mind. I will be more comfortable if you are with me tomorrow. She sincerely added. Lin Feng stared at Xiongji. His young miss was usually cold and indifferent outside. Her usual expression was still the same, cold and indifferent with a nobility aura around her, but her eyes that always unreadable had a hesitant and nervous look. With every blink of her eyes, with her long lashes covering her feelings inside, with her lips that tightly sealed telling him she was holding on from saying more, with her pleading, hesitant yet lovely look. All of this made Lin Feng's heart skip a beat. He could not answer for a while, not after his young miss said that his mere existence was comfortable to his young miss. His heart warmed and a tingling feeling was slowly crept up to his being. Then he remembered to answer. Of course. If young miss wants, I'll be there. Xiongji's face lit up instantly and a lovely sincere smile appeared on her beautiful face. Thank you, she said sincerely. That smile unexpectedly made him flushed. Heat traveled through his body, his heart was in a marathon and his ears were hot and undoubtedly red. He looked down to hide this. It's my pleasure, young miss. I think we should go now, the bell already rang. Looking up at her again, not a trace of what he was feeling inside could be seen in his expression except for his red ears. Xiongji just nodded and came out. Exhaling a breath that he did not know he was holding, he followed Xiongji. Lin Feng went out from the juniors building. While walking to the black Maybach, he dialed a number. After the 2 rings, the person on the other side picked up the phone. Can't believe you called me first. Is there an emergency? The other side said enthusiastically. Do I have a meeting tomorrow? Lin Feng directly asked. Ah. Wait. Yes. The Indian Prefectu. Cancel it. Tell them I'll be available later in the evening or next Saturday. But it is signing tomorrow. They are a buy. But they need us more. Remember, we must be the superior one. If we act like they are a big deal, they will demand more. If they don't want our arrangement, then cancel the contract. No need to sign. Then Lin Feng ended the call. He rode the car quietly. No one would notice the slightly curl of his lips. He looked outside the window, his mind was still replaying the girl's words earlier. I will be more comfortable if you are with me. Not holding it anymore, a smile broke out from his lips. Underscore 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 underscore. When she came into the room, she already knew she would suffer today. Did you already ask Gu Zhen? How about Senior Lin Feng? You have not forgotten, are you? Do you prepare for something to wear tomorrow? Who's CA? Xiongji stand up with every strength she could. As a result, she banged her knee accidentally at the leg of the long table. It produced a loud sound and a grunt from her. Ouch! She glared hard at Song Xiantin, blaming her for her misfortune. Why glare at me? Glare at the table for being blind. Song Xiantin defended herself. Xiongji just shut her mouth tightly and cursed inwardly. Aside from that beast and her scheming relative, she did not curse at anyone. Now, Song Xiantin was an additional. When she came earlier, she was in the good mood. She answered patiently all Xiantin questions regarding for tomorrow. But when she said she haven't asked Gu Zhen, the girl beside her forgotten all the questions she asked earlier and asked her again for the third, email.protected, time. Ignoring the stares of her classmates and her teacher for her sudden movement. She went to Gu Zhen's table. If she delayed any longer, her patience would snap and she might use her surname to throw Song Xiantin to another country, far away from her eardrums. She stopped in front of Gu Zhen's table and slammed her hand hard on it. A key appeared after her hand left. Do me a favor. Come with me tomorrow. Extra 1 week to my office. And then she went back to her table, ignoring the confused gaze of Gu Zhen, the bewilderment of her teacher and classmates, and an excited Xiantin. Song Xiantin made a good move after that incident. She did not bother Xiongji anymore. Chapter 35. Chap 29. Preparation, 2. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Tomorrow quickly comes. In different areas, 4 teenagers were dressing themselves. In a certain room, a girl was applying a lipstick in front of the mirror. But she was not satisfied. She get a tissue and erased her handiwork earlier. She get another lipstick with a lighter shade. She applied it. But the girl just furrowed her brow. Getting another tissue, she erased it again. It took her 5 minutes to settle into a lip balm. Next, her hair, she get a cute ribbon to tie her hair. After she ponytail it, she turned around. Not satisfied, she get a cute pink pin with a heart design on it. An annoying friend gave it to her. In fact, all the makeup kit, the cute ribbon, pins, and headband were from that girl. She was looking for simple hair pin when a knock sounded in her room. Young miss. Mr. Zhou Linfeng is downstairs. The maid said. Crash. Clang, pins scattered to the ground. Xiong Ji was now in panic. She was still not prepared. She haven't done anything to her hair. And she barely put makeup. She did not even know if her dress was suitable to her. She felt clumsy today and she had many things she did not know what to do. The maid heard the commotion inside the room. Young Miss Ji. Are you okay? Do you want me to come in? The maid was worried. Her young miss was usually quiet in her room. Her young miss was not planning to commit suicide, right? Well, no one could blame the maid. No one really knew what their young miss was thinking nor her feelings. Xiong Ji's eyes lit up. Please come in. Maybe the maid could help her. In past lifetime, the maids were the one who were taking care of her hair and makeup whenever she went outside. So even she was 23 inside, she did not know how to doll up herself. Song Xiantin gave her tips that she must be simple but beautiful today to catch Lin Feng's attention. Because of today's event, she panicked and did not think clearly. She forgot she had maids. The maid entered the room. It was the same maid that she first met after her reborn. A/N, remember her? When Xiong Ji asked the year. That's her. Can you help with my face? And also my hair. Xiong Ji said a little bit shy. In both lifetimes, it would be her first date with Lin Feng. So she must look her best. The maid was startled. She looked around the room. Clothes in the bed. Disorganized makeup kits in the dressing table. Hair pins scattered on the ground. Then she looked at her young miss. The cute light blue dress hugged her tiny waist and flowed down freely, stopping at her knees, making her long smooth legs stand out more. Her white thin coat was a little transparent, covering her white shoulder. Her feet was admired by a dark blue pair of doll shoes with ribbon in it. For the first time, the girl in front of her wore light color clothes, decreasing the air of coldness and indifference aura of the girl. Instead, today her young miss looked refreshing and comfortable. It suits her age very well. Can you help me? Xiong Ji's words brought out the maid in daze. But again she was quickly startled. Her young miss looked flushed and fidgeting. She went to pick up the pins, then left it. And tried a headband, take it off, and tried another again. Her cold statue young miss was nowhere. But in front of her is a blooming maiden who were excited for a date. To confirm her guess, the maid asked Xiong Ji. Young miss. Do you have a date today? Xiong Ji was trying another headband and stopped when she asked. She looked at the maid and just nodded. Kaya ha. Young miss. You are a lady now. I can't believe that there will be a man who will move our young miss. Don't worry, this maid have gone to many dates before. Let me help you with your makeup. After the maid squealed, she walked to Xiong Ji. She applied a light pink blush, lip tint, curled her long lashes and put light powder in her face. The maid made Xiong Ji's makeup very light. For she knew that her young miss' natural beauty was her best asset. Then she proceeded to her hair. Young miss. Your hair is very smooth, long and natural straight. I think it's better to let it flow freely in your back. From what I know, men like long hair, especially if it's smooth like this. If you put it down, your date will be tempted to touch it. The maid said while combing Xiong Ji's hair. When the maid mentioned something about men like long hair, her mind wandered to a scene in the past. In the cold night in the balcony, Lin Feng stand up and walked towards me. He was wearing a plain white long sleeve and white pajamas. I was captivated by the music he played earlier and was lead in this place. A cold breeze passed and my long hair spread sideways following the wind. I hugged my body for warmth. I was only wearing a nightgown under my robe. A pair of jade-like hands put the strand of my hair that was obstructing my vision behind my ear. I waited for him to let go but he did not. He just let his hand behind my ear staring at me. His hand then followed my long black hair and get a handful of it. His hand stopped at the tips and then brought it to his lips. I was shocked for a moment and did not move. Seeing him kissing my hair, my heart stopped beating, then it beat faster. I put my hand in my chest to calm it. Jie has the most beautiful hair in the world. I can't help but admire it. Lin Feng said, his lips still touching my hair. Until morning comes, that scene never left my mind. Xiong Ji smiled at the memory. Thinking of that scene, she was sure that was the day that she was seeing Lin Feng in a different light. She did not know what is love before or what she was feeling. But now she was sure. She had feelings for Lin Feng since at that time. Finish. Let me see how beautiful are you. Xiong Ji stand up and look at her reflection. She looked simple but elegant. Her makeup was light but it enhanced her feature. The maid was right. With her black hair down she looked more enchanting. She thanked the maid and get her blue purse. 10 minutes had already passed since Lin Feng came. Going downstairs her heart was beating fast. She was excited but a little nervous. She tried to calm herself. And her heart slowed down a little. However, when she saw the figure downstairs looking at her with his mesmerizing eyes, her heart beat faster again. While walking closer to him she took all her eyes could see. Lin Feng was wearing a dark blue polo short, its sleeves reach in his elbow. His polo short was opened and inside was a white V-neck shirt. He coupled it with black pants and white sneakers. All in all, Lin Feng looked handsome and young. Lin Feng stared at Xiong Ji blankly. After a minute passed, the maid that accompanied Xiong Ji coughed loudly. This wake up Lin Feng from his daze. He was embarrassed. He offered his hands for Xiong Ji. Xiong Ji accepted it and said. You look dashing, Lin Feng. It suits you. Xiong Ji said sincerely with a small smile. Lin Feng was embarrassed again. He forgot his manners. Young Miss Ji, dress suits you as well. Why don't you look beautiful? He said the last sentence in a soft voice. Actually, he knew etiquette and being in the banquet for many times he knew how to praise a lady. What he said earlier was his usual line when he have to compliment a lady. However, even it was the same words he could not help but feel a little different. Like it was his first time saying it to a lady. He was embarrassed. He did not want to think the word shy. The two walked towards the car with gracefulness. One was nervous and excited while the other was confused. Chapter 36. Operation. Seducing Lin Feng. The date, you are listening at novelfull.audio. The amuse.e.m.e.nt park was filled with all kinds of people. More were kids, some were couples, and a lot of group of teenagers. However, there was a group that stand out in the crowded area. A lot of people could not help but glance in their way. The group consists of two beautiful teenage girls, a handsome young man, and a smaller cute boy with glasses. Their looks were not the only one that stand out most but their aura and movement. The lively girl in a red dress and brown wedge shoes looked like a model. She was the only one who were talking non-stop in the group. The cold beautiful girl in simple blue dress was like a noble princess that came out from the painting. Every move was graceful. The boy who had the same height with the girl in red were quiet and looked bored. Even he looked weak and not so tall, one could feel that by looking at him felt like they were looking at a prodigy. Probably because of his eyeglasses. The other young man was exceptional. He was tall and very handsome. He looked forward but sometimes steal a glance at the girl in blue dress. He also kept his distance. He was behind the girl in blue. Many girls were looking at his way. Xiongji. Let's start our plan now. Song Xiantin whispered to Xiongji. Xiongji nodded and went closer to Lin Feng. At the same time she turned towards Gu Zhen. Gu Zhen, can you accompany Xiantin to buy tickets for the play? I will just buy something with Lin Feng. Gu Zhen faced Xiongji with his bored tone. He said. Why do you need to buy a ticket for the play? What am I doing here? Gu Zhen was really bored. He was not fond of going outside. He would rather lock himself with his beloved computer in the room. However, he only got a glare as a reply. Even he did not know why he was here or what they will be doing here. He followed Xiongji's order. The key yesterday was an unexpected and precious gift for him. When he thought the latest edition disc for virtual reality game that inside his locker he gained his spirits. Besides, Xiongji promised he could stay another week. It means he was free from his father for a week, and could focus on his game. Without looking at his companion, Xiantin, he went to some stall with a long line on it. Xiantin followed after him. Xiongji and Lin Feng went to the opposite direction. Xiongji was in front, Lin Feng was on the back. Xiongji tried to slow her steps so Lin Feng could catch up. But Lin Feng also slowed down. This makes Xiongji frustrated. She turned around and faced him. Lin Feng was a little bit startled by her sudden movement. Let's walk together. Side by side. Oh, she looked around, stepped closer to Lin Feng and held his hand. So we will not be separated. She said casually, but her mind was focused in their intertwined hands. This move, of course, was in their planner. Lin Feng did not say anything. He just let Xiongji lead him. Song Xiantin and Xiongji. Step 1-2 was accomplished. Step 1. Be alone with your man. Step 2. Make every move to hold his hand. Now for step 3. Icebreaker. Play any game. Xiongji entered a stall where stuffed toys and gun toys was decorated. The stall called Hunt Toys. The name of the store told it. You need to pay for every 3 bullets of toy gun. Then shoot down the stuffed animals in the counter, 4 meters away. If you manage to shoot a stuffed toy, then it will be yours. Xiongji led Lin Feng to that area. She then pointed an elephant stuffed toy in the counter. Lin Feng saw it and asked. Does young miss wants it? Xiongji nodded. Just call me Jir. She added. Lin Feng just smiled and paid for the 3 bullets. He held the toy gun and aimed. Bang! No movement from any stuffed animals. He turned around to Xiongji. Just the elephant? He asked, still aiming the toy gun. Add the blue rabbit as well. The moment she was finished saying that, 2 bangs sounded. 2 stuffed animal left the counter. 1 blue rabbit, the other is an elephant. The staff was open-mouthed. He thought that this handsome boy would take a lot of bullets before he could take down a toy. Since his first try was nowhere near the counter. The staff did not know that Lin Feng was testing the toy gun's shooting range. He get the 2 toys and handed it to the beautiful couple with reluctance. Xiongji accepted it with glee. Even her face was not capable of showing any strong emotions, she could still smile. She thanked Lin Feng and went to another stall again. This next stall was a bowling game. In the game, the player must pay for every strike of the ball. If the player managed to take down 10 pins in 1 strike, he would get a prize. The prize was a stuffed pin. Still holding Lin Feng's hand, and the stuffed toys in the other, Xiongji paid in the counter. She paid for 2 tries, one for her and the other for Lin Feng. When she got the ball, she let go Lin Feng's hand and let him hold the 2 stuffed toys. Lin Feng just stand and watch at the side. Xiongji went to the bowling area and lowered her body a little. She did not play any games aside from board games. And her opponent was always herself. But she still copied the other player's stance earlier. With a breath, she threw the ball with all her strength towards the target pin. Bang! Bang! Ouch! Xiongji stared wide-eyed. The ball she threw earlier did not even manage to strike any pin, nor came near that area. She used all her strength. The ball hit the upper fence and bounced back towards the player's area. A boy similar to their age was hit by her ball in the gut. Lin Feng, who was watching at the side, twitched his mouth. He was holding his laughter in. When he saw how serious his young miss when she threw the ball earlier with all her strength, he thought Xiongji would at least hit 3 pins. Instead, she did not hit one but managed to hit others. He knew the situation was bad. So swallowing his laughter, he took step forward and apologized to the boy. "We are really sorry. We are not doing it in purpose. We can send you to the clinic right away," Lin Feng said. When Xiongji heard this, she bowed to the boy. "I'm really sorry. It's my fault. Do you want us to send you to the clinic right now?" The boy belonged to a group of teenage boys. The boy that was hit stared blankly at the two deity-like couple in front of him. "Did I die from the hit? Are they angels?" The other boy who was first recovered his wits from the beautiful couple nudged the elbow of the boy who was hit. The boy was startled a bit but then said, "It's okay, it did not even bruised." He even lifted his shirt to let them look. His abdomen was a bit red, but it was fine. Before Xiongji could check it more, Lin Feng already blocked her vision. "If that's it, you must still need a cold compress. Please wait for us a bit," Lin Feng said and then held Xiongji's hand. Lin Feng went to a nearby food stall and bought an ice. He also bought a face towel and went back to the bowling game. Xiongji was silent with her head bowed. She was guilty. It was her fault. But Lin Feng was the one managing it. "I'm sorry, young miss, I must brought you with me. Are you tired? Am I walking too fast?" Lin Feng asked. When he glanced at her earlier, he saw how dejected she looked like. Lin Feng thought Xiongji was tired walking here and there. But he could not left her alone with a group of men. It was safer to be together. Xiongji was moved. Even she caused trouble, Lin Feng did not blame her and even think first of her condition. However, this made her guilty more. "I'm sorry that I troubled you. Are you tired?" Xiongji asked. Her usual cold voice has a tinge worry with them. This made Lin Feng smile a little. "I'm not. And don't worry, young miss. Taking care of your problems is my job. Don't be troubled. I'm your aide, so don't think too much of it," Lin Feng said subconsciously. But when he realized what his last sentence means, he froze a little. "Aide." Then he stole a glance from Xiongji. Xiongji relaxed a little but still lowered her head. In Lin Feng's eyes, the Xiongji now looked like a cute little bunny. Not the cold statue that everybody see. He wondered if he left her side and not become her aide, who would take care of her. He knew she was cold and kept everyone outside, not letting them in or come closer to her, but somehow he just felt that this girl was not expressionless and unfeeling but actually very soft, sensitive and lonely inside. Thinking that she was alone in her room for 16 years brought a slight pain in his heart. There was also an indescribable feeling that made him want to protect the girl from any harm. Especially her status could brought harm and might even cost her life. The Xiong family was powerful, but there was still a lot of people who wants them be gone, and claim their spot. However, he suppressed all his feelings. He did not want any distraction right now. He would not be her aide forever. He must succeed his goals. Chapter 37. Operation Seducing Lin Feng. The date, 2, you are listening at Novel Full. Audio. They entered in the bowling game. After Lin Feng gave the cold compress, he turned towards Xiongji. What is young miss wants to buy? Maybe your friends was already done buying the ticket. Xiongji froze. What now? She should have distracted Lin Feng by games and be a little closer more. But she ruined her chance, and it would be awkward if she pushed to play more. I. What am I going to buy? She looked around. She had no idea what she should buy. Then her eyes spotted a loving couple not far away from them. Her eyes lit up. That's right. I want to buy it. In the past, she had many regrets that she could not done with Lin Feng. She must get this chance no matter what. To make up for their lost time. Let's go to that store. Xiongji said and grabbed Lin Feng. When they entered inside the store, Lin Feng was startled. Why young Miss Ji did are you sure this is the right store? Lin Feng looked around. There were matching shirts, matching bag, matching cups, matching toothbrush, matching shoes, matching necklace and accessories, matching stuffed toys, every items were for couples. No doubt, they entered a couple store. What does young miss want in this store? Lin Feng looked at Xiongji, who was so focused looking at the matching shirts. Does it need to be a set? A girl asked the stuff. Lin Feng looked at their exchange. Yes, miss. Every item is for two. You cannot buy only one. Lin Feng's brow furrowed. Then he looked at Xiongji again. This time, Xiongji was holding two shirts. She went to Lin Feng and asked. Is it nice? Xiongji held up the two shirt. The shirt on the left has half-draw heart on it being carried by a girl, while the other shirt has a draw of a boy holding the half-heart. The latter shirt was big than the other and clearly it was for boys. Lin Feng's brows furrowed deeper and nodded silently. He could not help but think. For whom the other shirt for? Then it settled. I like to buy it for a while. I'll change first. Xiongji gave the other shirt to Lin Feng to hold. Then she went to the dressing room to change. After 2 minutes, Xiongji came out. She just put the shirt on top of her dress. Her thin coat was folded in her arms. With the cute print on the shirt, Xiongji really looked like a carefree teenager. A refreshing look. Xiongji went to Lin Feng and held the other things in her hands. Your turn. She said while shoving the other shirt to Lin Feng. Lin Feng was confused. What turn? Go. Change, we have still to go somewhere. Xiongji said. She was pushing Lin Feng towards the dressing room. She was a bit afraid that Lin Feng would reject. But this not your present? Lin Feng asked. He was confused. Why did he have to change? And this shirt it for him? Not for somebody else. Yes it is. My present for you. For accompanying me. Xiongji quickly found an excuse to make Lin Feng wear it. Ha! But it is for couple. Lin Feng said the last word softly, almost a whisper. Xiongji did not answer him but shoved him to the dressing room and closed the door. Her voice sounded outside the dressing room. I will wait for you here. Lin Feng just looked in the shirt in his hands, he was eyeing the half-heart that the boy was holding. It's not for someone else. But for me. Why? After a minute of thinking of possible and logical reasons excluding the romantic ones, Lin Feng finally took of his shirt and changed it. When he came out of the room, Xiongji's eyes brightened looking at him. He was still wearing the blue polo short but he was now wearing the couple shirt with a drawing of half-heart on it inside. Xiongji quickly came to him and led him to the mirror. She even went nearer to Lin Feng and adjusted her shirt a little to match the other heart in Lin Feng's shirt. When they looked at the reflection, a perfect heart was holding by the boy and the girl could be seen in their shirt. It was really a matching shirt. Xiongji was happy. She really wanted to do it. Now that she was reborn and came back to the past, she wanted to enjoy her teens with Lin Feng, to do the things she had not done before. While Xiongji was happy, Lin Feng on the other hand, had a bashful expression, but his brow was still furrowed. He admitted it. They looked cute. However, he was still debating that it was somehow wrong. This shirt must only be worn by couples, right? But he and Xiongji were not a couple. He was really confused. But what confused him more was that he really like it. Wearing a shirt together, a matching one at that, looking at their reflection, Lin Feng could not help but have a dangerous thought. They looked like a lovely couple. He stole a glance at Xiongji, he saw clearly how her eyes sparkled. Even her face was fighting a smile. Seeing this, Lin Feng could not help but smile also. Maybe her young miss wants to experience wearing matching shirts. He would let it pass for now. As long as his young miss was happy. Xiongji faced Lin Feng. Do you like it? Can you wear it for today? If you're not comfortable, it's okay. Xiongji said. But she was wishing that Lin Feng would agree to wear it for now. Of course Lin Feng could saw how her eyes showed anticipation and hope. Yes. I like it. I can wear it today. And he did not want to ruin her good mood. Thank you. Xiongji said, giving a sincere smile. And once again, Lin Feng's heart skipped a beat. Then he returned her smile. After paying at the counter, Xiongji exited the store still holding Lin Feng's hand. Then she turned towards him. Lin Feng, I have something that I really wanted to do. Can you accompany me more? Xiongji asked softly. Lin Feng, who did not want to break Xiongji's good mood, nodded with a slight smile. Sure. Anywhere. He answered. Xiongji's smile went wider. Then she led him to a stall with a sign, Sing Me. Chapter 38. Operation, Seducing Lin Feng. The date, 3, you are listening at novelfull.audio. A/N. 2 chaps for today. Yay. Better to play the song while reading this. Or while Xiongji's singing the song. The title of the song, I Like You So Much, you'll know it, in version. Happy reading, happy face, underscore 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 lively chatters. Smiles and laughter were all around, creating a lovely and joyous atmosphere. In the distance, a lovely couple passed by the groups of teenagers who were joking to themselves. When the couple passed, the group's laughter died and their eyes followed the two figures. One of them even exclaimed, "What a couple! They're so cute." A couple sitting in the chair were making out when the girl caught the sight of another couple in the distance. She stopped moving and the boy noticed. Following the sight of his girlfriend, he also stopped kissing his girlfriend. They waited in silence until the two passed them. The girl still looked in the cute couple and she muttered, "I like their shirts." Whenever this couple passed by, they left the passerby bewildered and love-struck. Well, no one could blame them. The young man of course noticed that they stand out too much. He tried to close one button of his polo shirt to cover the t-shirt he was wearing inside, but glancing at the girl next to him, noting her bright eyes, he stopped. And just ignored their looks. If the girl beside him did not care, why should him? When people look at the couple, when girls look at the man, they envied the girl instantly. However, when they looked at his partner, their complaints were easily swallowed up. If the girl could not match the handsome youth, then who would? It was the same for the boys. Seeing the lovely girl in a matching shirt, they knew instantly she was taken by the man beside her. However, they could not find any flaw to the man. Swallowing the pride, they accepted that the couple was unmatchable. They were both beautiful, so they could only admire them from afar. Xiong-ji was in a happy mood. Still holding Linfeng's hand, she went to the nearby building. Inside the building were different stalls for games and different shops. In the center was a big space dot with a floor mat. As a stage, big T.V screen, 2 big speakers, a microphone, and the token machine. There's a banner at the side. Sing Me. Xiong-ji bought a lot of tokens and then lead Linfeng on the center. She handed all her things to Linfeng and went to the token machine and put 2 tokens in it. 2 tokens equals 1 song. This move, of course, was their step 4. Amaze him with your talent, sing him a song. She discussed with Song Xiantin what song they should sing. They chose a song for their own. A perfect song that would portray their hidden feelings. They even practiced a lot before they parted that day. Now, Xiong-ji would perform her best to her beloved. Let's see if he would not fall in love with her angelic voice. Xiong-ji, get the microphone and step in the floor mat. The 4 speakers were really loud. Just the introduction of the song got many people to look at them subconsciously. Linfeng raised his brow. He did not expect that his young miss would lead him here for herself to sing. His young miss was always cold and isolated, which he thought she enjoyed since she liked peace. Singing in public was not her mantra. He looked at Xiong-ji, who was readying herself to the first lyrics. The young girl was facing him instead of looking at the screen. He clearly saw how her eyes glinted with determination, telling him she was not backing out. How she raised her chin and straightened herself like she was representing an important project to the wealthiest businessman of each country. The girl looked serious, that made Linfeng straightened up and waited. Waiting for what he did not know. Putting the microphone near her lips, she began to sing. I like your eyes. You look away that when you pretend not to care. I like the dimples on the corners of the smile that you wear. I like you more the world may know, but don't be scared, 'cause I'm falling deeper. Baby, be prepared. Xiong-ji sang the first stanza with cold, hard tone at first, a contrast to the lively and soft song. She looked intently to Linfeng and sang those words. The last line, though, Xiong-ji's eyes squinted a little and curved her mouth slightly. She looked like she was smirking, but to Linfeng it looked like she was preparing for war. This made his heart skip a beat. Like he must be prepared of something. What he need to be prepared for? I like your shirt, I like your fingers, love the way that you smell. She tilted her head slightly while looking intently at him. To be your favorite jacket, just so I could always be near. I've loved you for so long, sometimes it's hard to bear, but after all this time, I hope you wait and see. Xiong-ji raised her voice a little to match the song, her voice shake a little for emotions that was coming out from her. Oh! How hard it was to bear her feelings inside for Linfeng. She raised her slender fingers to point at Linfeng at the last line. Love you every minute, every second. She swayed her body a little, matching the beat of the song. Love you everywhere, and any moment, always and forever. I know, I can't quit you, 'cause, baby, you're the one. I don't know how I love you, till the last of snow disappears. I love you, till a rainy day becomes clear. Never knew a love like this. Now I can't let go. I'm in love with you, and now you know. She sang with emotions raging in her. But she still managed to restrain them by shaking her voice a little. Now few people were attracted by the song, and when they looked at the beautiful girl in the center wearing a matching shirt, they became eager to watch more. I like the way you try so hard when you play ball with your friends. I like the way you hit the notes in every song. You're shining. I love the little things, like when you're unaware I catch you steal a glance and smile so perfectly. The beat of the song was very lively, a song about a girl who was so in love with a boy. A typical romance. This song really matched what Xiong-ji's feeling inside. This time, Xiong-ji was reminiscing her past and present with Linfeng. How she came to like him. How she noticed every twitch of his brow, how she was aware of his every move. How hearts skip a beat and run faster by just a slight curve of his lips. How happy she became with a simple greet from him. Singing every word, Xiong-ji could not help but smile. In her mind, she was reminiscing the past when Lin Feng tried to lighten up the mood and made attempt to make her laugh. He even acted foolish in front of her. That time, her grandfather had died, her inheritance was gone, it was a bad time. But due to her ignorance she did not care that much, unlike Lin Feng who thought she was dejected by series of unfortunates. She knows what Lin Feng wanted to do. But in the end, she did not humor him. She smiled though, when he went away, ashamed. Still with sweet smile on her lips. Her voice became soft and became a little lively after she calmed down her emotions. She even tapped her foot with every beat of the song. Though sometimes when life brings me down you're the cure, my love in a bad rainy day, you take all the worries away, her voice toned down a little, her hands clutching her chest. In her past life, she had many incomings, and many things were taken away from her even her freedom, but amidst of it, Lin Feng was her breather. Lin Feng, I love you every minute, every second, love you everywhere, and any moment, always and forever. I know, I can't quit you, cause. Xiong Ji reached her hand out towards Lin Feng. Like she was proclaiming to the world that the man in front of her was hers, her own world. Baby, you're the one. I don't know how in a world devoid of life you bring color in your eyes. I see the light, my future, Lin Feng, you are my light. This second lifetime, this second chance that was given to me was to make it up for all the love you gave me. Chapter 39. Operation, Seducing Lin Feng, 4, you are listening at novelfull.audio. Xiong Ji was singing her heart out. Her angelic voice was like a whisper of confession of love, her soft, lovely voice echoed out in the entire ground floor. Halting others who were playing, onlookers were growing in number. Always and forever I know, I can't let you go, I'm in love with you, and now you know. She closed her eyes that were filled with many emotions that Lin Feng couldn't count and decipher. Xiong Ji opened her eyes again, in her eyes, the remnants of the past was gone, the emotions that wanted to be let out was gone, her eyes only portray courage, boldness, and proclamation. I'm in love with you, and now you know. The last line was soft and almost like a whisper. However, to Lin Feng, it was an explosion. A volcanic eruption. The lava seems to travel down to his every cell, every words of the song that was sang by Xiong Ji was like an arrow in his heart. Oh! His poor heart. It should be shrank by now after a rain of arrows hit it, however, contrary, it was full. So full that Lin Feng felt stuffy. Suffocated, he could not breathe at the moment Xiong Ji sang and point her jade-like fingers on him, when she stared at him like he was the only person in the world, like the words she was singing were for him. Like she was proclaiming her love to him, he forgot to breathe. He just watched every move of her lips as it produced an angelic voice. Her eyes was never leaving him. How could he move at that? Or how can he look away? If her magnetic eyes was pulling him to listen more and just look at her. Her every sway in the beat of the song was so captivating. Only her. In his eyes it was only her. When the song was finished, the ACCU. Big crowd clapped and cheered, some even whistled. This jolted Lin Feng awake. He did not even notice that they gathered such crowd. Lin Feng walked towards Xiong Ji, his heart was still not calm though, but his face was calm and have a polite smile. He was about to praise Xiong Ji's singing skill when one of the people shouted something and followed by the crowd, they chanted. Kiss. 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 When Lin Feng heard this, his calm appearance completely broken down. The heat that he tried really hard to suppress rushed out in his system. His cheeks were so red, so were his ears. He did not even make an eye contact to Xiong Ji, he grabbed her hand and quickly ran away to the building. The crowd who saw this cheered more, some girls even shrieked. Kaya. They're so cute. Why the boy is shy? No need to be shy, you're even wearing couple shirts. One of the girls said loudly that Lin Feng caught on it before he leaves. And of course, this made him redder. He quickened his steps more, dragging Xiong Ji. Xiong Ji was little taken aback by his sudden action. Why run away? Then she saw how his ears were red. So she asked, are you hurt? Worried was in her voice coupled by series of breath. Well, they were running, not for Lin Feng, but for Xiong Ji it is. Lin Feng stopped when he realized he was being impolite. He just wanted to be out of that place, to be out of discomfort. He thought by distancing himself with the crowd he could breath. However, hearing her voice made him red again. He put his other hand holding the bags in front of his face. A gesture that he was wiping his forehead with the back of his hand, but the truth was, he was using it as cover to his face. Because undoubtedly, his face was red due to the stuffy feeling he has and hyperventilating. Ah, no, it was hot there. So crowded. Need fresh air. He mumbled incoherently. Ah. His mind. It was not working properly. He never stuttered, for he was trained since young to be sharp in any circumstances. But now that every time he was with Xiong Ji that he mind would shut for a while. Xiong Ji stared at Lin Feng. She could not see his expression, so she did not know if she hit an arrow to Lin Feng's heart like what Song Xiantin said. It became silent for a while. One was calming himself, thinking of reasons to counter why he should not harbor any thoughts more to what he was guessing he was feeling and what this girl was feeling. All logical reasons, such as she just wanted to sing for someone, she was bored, that there was no meaning in every gesture, and at the same time, equating all his feelings to zero. No result, no profit, nothing, he was feeling nothing. If there's any. It was the aid feeling. He kept reminding it to himself. Which worked to soothe his panic heart and complicated mind. He regained his usual posture. On the other hand, Xiong Ji was contemplating. How many % did she affect Lin Feng with her song today? Did he manage to caught on what she wanted to portray? Xiong Ji looked at Lin Feng, who at that time had a war on himself. Never mind. If he caught it or not, I will just keep going. Even I could not enter his heart 100% right now. It is okay. 2 or 5% is fine. Better to struck the iron while still hot. Besides, she was not even sure how a song could affect a man. Lin Feng, there's a food stall that I really want to try. Lin Feng, who was calmed down, was clear-headed now and more guarded, turned towards Xiong Ji. He had a polite smile on his face, but his words cut Xiong Ji. Young Miss Xiong Ji, I bet your friends were waiting for us. Maybe we should return first and then we can all try the food you want to taste. He empathized the way he addressed her. Better to cut all the feelings that was sprouting between the two of them. He was not sure how his young miss felt towards him, but he came up with a conclusions and solution. No matter what they felt. Better to stop now. Xiong Ji was startled by his action, even it was only a sentence. It brought sharp needles in her heart. Prickled her a little. However, it was only a needle, a small object against her big will and steel heart. She could caught on what Lin Feng was intending to say. However, would she back down? Too bad, the war was only starting. She had still many plans and tactics to win him over. Chapter 40. Operation, Seducing Lin Feng. The date, you are listening at novelfull.audio. Xiong Ji took a deep breath. In this second lifetime, she was more courageous. She would get Lin Feng no matter what. Like how he never left her in the past when all the people turned their backs on her. She reached out for her phone and held it out for Lin Feng to read a message. Ji, I have something to do. It is an emergency. Gu Zhen was called by his father. We will go first. Sorry, let's get out next time again. Xiantin. After reading, Xiong Ji returned it to her purse. Then she looked at Lin Feng to see his reaction. They already left. Xiong Ji said. Oh. Then do you want to go home, young miss? I will call Mr. Ji, but no need. We are already here and there is still so much time. I haven't been here before. So I want to try new things. Can you accompany me? Xiongji asked, looking to his eyes directly. Lin Feng also looked at her. He was debating with himself. If he accompany his young miss, his heart that have already damaged fence would be in danger. He knew so well that this day would change a lot of his view and may affect his goal. He did not need a distraction right now, especially a Xiong. He knew that his guarded heart was becoming weak to this girl. This girl was slowly taking away his armor, piece by piece, and if he let her, he would be left with no defense, fragile, and maybe in the future he would just surrender. And he did not want that. He has aspirations. Goals. So he smiled politely, and said, "Young Miss Ji, I think it is better if you are with your friends, try new things together with them, so you can create a bond with your new friends." Xiongji's eyes narrowed a little, and a glint passed quickly in her eyes. Lin Feng is so stubborn. How come he chose me in the past if he is so stubborn at this age? What made him change his mind later? Xiongji's mind wandered in her past lifetime. It was so obvious that Lin Feng had plans for his future, but stay with her in the end. Even sacrifice his life. But now, knowing Lin Feng more in this lifetime, she understand that this man has a strong will. And his goals were unbreakable. So what changed his mind and chose her? Then an image appeared in her mind, to be precise, it was a person's image. The beast. Then Xiongji's brow furrowed. Then did he break his wall and chose to stay with me when the beast appear in my life? But that's too far in the future. And if I avoid the beast and my fate with him, Lin Feng might continue his goal, he will be more guarded towards me, and his feelings will be far away from me. And he might not fall in love with me in this lifetime, that he will not choose to stay with me. Realizing this, Xiongji became afraid. She was more afraid of this thought than the beast. No, she did not want to lose Lin Feng. What's the purpose of her second lifetime? She wanted Lin Feng to achieve his goal, and if she could, she would probably assist him. However, she did not want to be far away from him, to become a stranger, she wanted to stay by his side. To be his strength, and be his other half in the future. And to achieve that position in Lin Feng's heart, she must start today, knowing how stubborn Lin Feng is, it might take long, and she would need a lot of effort. Xiongji become more courageous. She really needed Song Xiantin and her plans. Good thing. They discussed this. It might work. Xiongji then bit her lips, she tried to think of her saddest time like Xiantin said. Then a scene came to her mind, it was her last minute with Lin Feng, in the dark, rainy night. Thinking of this, her vision blurred, tears were forming in the corner of her eyes. She did not want to feel that loss again. Her eyes and her entire aura became very lonely. She looked at Lin Feng with threatening tears in her eyes. I just want to, a lone tear fall in her cheek. To stay with you. To not be alone. She lowered her head after saying that. She really hoped this move would work and moved Lin Feng. She did not want to think of that night. She hoped this sacrifice would not be in vain. If this work, I will really help Xiantin with Guzhen. Lin Feng, who saw that lonely eyes and the lone tear, received a huge shock. Not just that, he felt like he was thunderstruck, he was hit with a big stone. He watched as Xiongji lowered her head and her entire figure screamed sadness. She really looked dejected and alone. Lin Feng swallowed hard. He felt like there was big lump in his throat. He could not say no to Xiongji. Thinking that this girl would like to experience being a normal teenager for once, needing an accompany, his heart was willing. Screaming to him to accompany the girl, and let her enjoy and stay with her. His heart that he just guarded earlier was now betraying him. Hearing no answer from Lin Feng, Xiongji looked at him again, and with a pleading look in her sweetest and softest tone she asked, "Please. Will you accompany me, Lin Feng?" And that broke his wall, his heart jumped from his damaged fence and wanted to run to the girl to comfort her. This ungrateful heart. Lin Feng started. He wanted to. Badly. His heart surrendered. But what would happen if his feeling for the girl grew? Or the girl became more attached with him? He knew that he would be against to the Xiong in the future. If he became attached to the girl, he might hesitate to fight against the Xiong in the future and the girl would be hurt. Especially now, the more he investigated, more secrets revealed that there's more between the Treaty of Xiong and Zhou. Really, it's better to distance himself. However, looking at her dejected expression, he could not help but be lonely too. She had been alone for all her life. She might be a Xiong, but she had not done anything right. She's innocent. And only a girl, a teenager at that. She needed someone. And if she needs someone. Lin Feng's heart wanted to be that someone. He was confused. What he would do. Please. A pleading, sad yet sweet voice completely shattered his wall. Fine. If young miss wants, what this aide should do. Yes, I will accompany you. Lin Feng said with a polite smile. Oh. How much effort Xiong Ji put to hear those words. Same with Lin Feng, how much war he had with himself, in the end, he lost. Xiong Ji was elated. Her eyes was bright again, and she smiled warmly. Just call me Jir. Even just for today, I want to be a normal girl, not a Xiong. Seeing the warm smile, Lin Feng felt the heavy feeling he has for losing himself over his emotion lifted. His heart felt comfortable and he was feeling warm inside. Just this girl's warm smile really have a big effect on him. Somehow, he felt it was dangerous yet right at the same time. So complicated. He put all those thoughts in the back of his mind. Since he surrendered today, let his heart enjoy to the fullest. Yes, Jir. Let's enjoy today. Just today. Only today.